What's up?
I'm just trying to get the
Oh.
QR code.
And I'm blocking it. Braden wave.
Kate, do we have quorum?
Please sign in if you haven't. Thank you.
Yeah, we follow it. We go on the PowerPoint. Does anybody else smell leaves? No, we come desensitized. You see, I was reading for bathroom today and I don't know how to work it. And we're reading it like something like that. And then I opened the door and walking Hospital was hot. She was a pit one.
Sometimes it feels like that.
I would too. But I'm like, I'm gonna get hot.
Yeah, right.
I have to go home. I'm like, I could have been Josh.
Please sign in if you haven't already signed in. Thank you.
Oh. That's so funny. Why the Hey everyone, just go ahead and sign in if you haven't.
I'm telling you.
Okay,
You spelled out like 5 more.
if you haven't signed in, you can't get your merch.
Thanks, Brandon. You weren't like what am I gonna guess now? I just won't make
Y'all, if you haven't scanned the QR code and you text Kate after Senate, you're absent anyway, so you can scan it now. Thank you.
I know. I hope it was you.
Alright, now we got quorum.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll start with approval of the minutes. Are there any corrections to the minutes from last week? All right, seeing no corrections, the minutes are approved. Last chance to scan the QR code. Everyone got it? All right. So we'll move into new business, starting with Senate Resolution 8 in recognition of Vice President Ryu in advance of her retirement. What I just say before we get into this, if you see Vice President Ryu between now and next week, please do not tell her this happened. It's supposed to be like a surprise, I guess. So just don't tell her. That's the wrong thing. Okay. The co-sponsors, please come up. You don't want me to read this one?
Yeah, go for it.
She's gonna be difficult. All right. So Senate Resolution 8 in recognition of Vice President Ryu in advance of her retirement. Whereas Wake Forest University is dedicated to maintaining the highest standards of education and to prepare students for life even during a period of global challenge, and under Dr. Penny Ryu's leadership, Wake Forest student body has navigated a multitude of challenges, including a global pandemic, while upholding the university's motto of Pro Humanitate and focusing on an immersive and inclusive student experience. And whereas Dr. Ryu's legacy and contributions to the university have substantially improved the Wake Forest experience and will continue to shape the student life for decades to come. And whereas Dr. Penny Ryu has time and again been an advocate for students and has made intentional efforts to involve students in important university decisions. And whereas in advance of her retirement, the Wake Forest University student government wishes to recognize Dr. Penny Ryu, Vice President for Campus Life, for her meaningful partnership and successful commitment to the spirit of Pro Humanitate over 8 years in service to Wake Forest University. Therefore, be it resolved, the Wake Forest Student Government offers its most sincere gratitude to Dr. Penny Rue for her years of excellent service to students and the Wake Forest community. 2, this resolution is saved in the permanent minutes of the Wake Forest Student Government, as signed copy is gifted to Dr. Penny Rue. Respectfully submitted, Allie, me, Brooke, Kate, and Vivian. But I didn't go to say something.
So this is something that we have traditionally done, when a high-level university administrator is about to retire. We did one last year for President Hatch, upon his retirement. And there are others hanging in the office that you can see from past years as well. You'll notice there's a line on the bottom and we'll sign it. And there will be a framed copy, assuming it passes in the student government office, and then one will be given to Vice President Rue. I know that sometimes our engagements with administrators are when we're facing challenges, but it takes a lot to be a vice president of a university of this stature. A lot of the things that we see here now that we learn about Wake Forest and campus life are things that Penny Rue created. And I bet many of us would have recognized campus life if we look back 8 years before her tenure. So her mark on the campus is indelible. And we just want to thank her for all she's done before she leaves.
Anyone else like to say something? No. Okay, so we will move into questions on the legislation. I'll give 2 minutes for questions, starting now. Ethan?
If this resolution passed, would you like a signed copy in archives as well, or are you intending just to hang it up in the office?
It doesn't necessarily need to be signed, it can be. I think that we just have to track them.
Any other questions? Okay, then we will end question time and go into debate and discussion. We'll do 2 minutes for debate and discussion. Is there a second? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, we will move into a vote on the legislation. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. All right, Aria?
Yes.
Abby?
Yes.
Anya? Anya? Aman? Armand? Ava?
Yes.
Camille? Caroline?
Yes.
Caroline Dixon? Claudia? Connor Cobb? Connor Dare?
Yes.
Lee? Drew?
Yes.
Emma?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
It's a vote, yes, ma'am. Yes. Oh, say yes. Okay. Sorry. Ethan?
Aye.
Gabby Overcast? Gabby De La Vega?
Yeah.
Gabby Zenos?
Yes.
Hassan?
Yeah.
Helen? Jack? Jackson?
Yes.
Jaden?
Yes.
Janine?
Yes.
Jess?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
Eli?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Luke?
Yes.
Mary Elizabeth? Mason?
Yes.
Maureen?
Yes.
Alyssa? Michael?
Yes.
Pilar?
Yes.
Prasad?
Yes.
Robbie?
Yes.
Stella?
Yes.
Sydney?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Will Gardner?
Yes.
Will Harness?
Yes.
Wyatt?
Yes.
Alright, that's everyone.
Is anyone's name not called?
Okay.
We have 2.
Tanya?
Yes.
And who else was it? Alondra?
Yes.
Okay, the resolution passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. All right. Now we'll move into executive reports, starting with Ally.
Hey everyone, how we doing? Good.
Good.
Okay, awesome. So I'm meeting with Vice President Rue on Wednesday. It's one of our standing meetings. We will be discussing mostly SAP, so probably, and then I imagine reflecting on her time here in some way. I have one wrap-up meeting with her December 1st, I think, before she leaves. But if you have anything for Vice President Rue, let me know. The executive team and campus life co-chairs and the ER co-chairs and a couple senators are meeting with leadership from the UCC on Thursday at President Wente's request and at Dr. Mann's request to discuss some of the missteps of this semester, what to do moving forward, and then I'll look toward next semester. So if you have UCC concerns that you would like us to bring, please let probably the campus life co-chairs know would be the easiest, and they will be there. SAFA, we received an update from Vice President Rue and the chairs of the administrative arm of this on Monday. And so they've given us an outline of their goals and a list of students they would recommend that we consider adding. So I'm going through that right now with Pilar and Jackson. We also met with the PR co-chairs and the rest of the executive today to discuss the PR strategy that we would hopefully recommend to administration and hopefully employ next semester. So that is something that we're working on. Just want to let you guys know where we're at with it. And you should expect to see at the last Senate that we'll have a resolution that formalizes the charge and the committee membership. This is a reminder. I know there are some students here who are on faculty committees and were appointed by me and report to Vivian. If you are one of those people and you would like to gather information for your committee, please do so by sending that to Vivian, and either she will give you time in her report to stand and ask your question and gather the feedback you need, or she will give it in her report for you. That is to promote equity across the committees. Not everyone on a faculty committee is also the student government. We want to make sure they all have the same space to ask their questions. And then it is your job as the representative to report that back to the committee. So just some clarification on that liaison role. Also, if you are on a non-faculty university committee and your meetings are being scheduled at times that you're not available, or there's some reason why you are not going or cannot go, please let Braden or me know that when we realize there's that concern. I have had some committee chairs reach out to me, not on the faculty side, on the committees, about whether or not we're still available going into the spring semester. And so I just want to know if you have any conflicts so we can communicate those in advance. So that's just a reminder about committees. Another thing I mentioned to cabinet on Sunday, if you are intending to run for an executive position, those elections are taking place in the spring for the following academic year, and you will be required to meet with the person currently holding that position before you're allowed to be on the ballot for that position. There's been an issue in the past with people not necessarily fully understanding the requirements of the role before they run, and that just is difficult for transitioning. So we want to make sure that we're ahead of that, and we make sure people have the adequate resources to know what they're running for on the front end. It also helps the elections committee to know, how many people are potentially running against each other and what issues might arise, so that we can best serve the candidates during that. So formal language on that will be coming in January, but I just want to let you know the only person you should be talking to about this would be the person who has the position you want, or me, if it's not president. Otherwise, it's going to be a violation. So just know that. And then this is the last thing. I don't know if everyone reads the group me, so I'm going to just share it again. I have received concerns from multiple people in multiple separate interactions at this point about a little bit of a lax way of communicating, and it's becoming a little bit inappropriate in the sense that we are here to work together as equals and not to demand things of each other or treat each other as utilities to an end goal. We all have the same goal of bettering our Wake Forest student body and our Wake Forest community, and we are not working as separate entities toward getting our particular interests achieved. So please remember our individual responsibilities. Should you, need assistance in adequately meeting those responsibilities, Please request that assistance kindly and compassionately, not obligatory. And if you have an issue at any point, please remember to speak to each other with respect. I don't really have patience for that lack of respect, and it's come out from multiple separate people, so that concerns me. So I'm asking you, I'm reminding you, but I don't want to have to do this again. So that is, if you have questions or concerns, or you have an interaction like this that you want to talk through on either end, definitely let me know. But I just wanted to give this reminder, as I know not everyone reads the group name. So, any questions?
You done?
So just hypothetically, if an executive member decided to run for the same position again in the spring, wouldn't it give them an unfair advantage if prospective candidates had to consult them about their candidacy? Because then they would have knowledge of that candidate's intent to run before the election even started.
They would, and that is why I asked the two non-seniors on the executive board to verify with me that they are not running and they will not be because they can't run. So that's a good point. They will not be running for the same positions they will not if they run. If you are concerned though about talking to an underclassman, you can also come talk to me directly if you would like to, and that will certify proxy. Yes,
Is this really going into the governing document?
it will be in the statute.
Does that mean we have to have the same circumstance happen next year?
There will be a clarification there. And many of these things are things that are implied throughout random documents that don't match up. And so there hasn't been clarity for many people about who has what requirements, which means people are trying to meet different requirements than each other. So I just wanted to put that out there to the void on the front end. But we'll discuss it further in January. And you will have ample time before election season to know what the full list of rules is.
Other questions? All right, thank you, Ellie. So for me this week, please do not show up here at 7 o'clock next Tuesday. No one will be here. It'll be dark and you'll be alone, so don't get yourself into that. Yeah, with that being said, our last Senate is the last Tuesday of class, November 30th. I've mentioned that a few times now, but that will be our last Senate. And Vice President Rue will be here. So please show up. I know it's the last one. You might feel like you don't want to come, whatever, but it'd be really great if you could. So please be here. If you're planning on going abroad next semester, or not abroad, like away, you won't be on campus, that kind of thing. Please send an email to Kate and myself so we have record of that and we're not wondering where you are, and then get worried. So please do that, thank you. And as Ali mentioned, if you're thinking about running for speaker, you're required to come talk to me, but please do come talk to me. You have a nice chat about it, it'd be fun. And have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Any questions? All right.
Hey everyone, SBAC is doing great like always. The last day to request any capital contingency or reallocation from SBAC is November 30th. My office hours are canceled this week. I have been assigned to a reserved table in the pit all day for Pittsgiving. So if you really need to talk to me, you can find me there. And then text me or email me if you need anything. If not, have a happy Thanksgiving. Yes.
When will the capital/contingency/ reallocation forms reopen? Will that be upon?
Yeah, as soon as we return to school, it'll open back up.
Okay.
Any other questions for Brooke? All right, thank you. Kate?
All right, everyone. I just want to start out today with a few reminders and clarifications about the absence policy. My inbox is really, really full right now. So unless you have a specific concern or question about your absence situation, I'm just gonna require that you fill out the absence form because otherwise it very well could get lost in my inbox. Please do not email me if you're just going to be absent for Senate. I'll clarify this in the minutes as well, and I'll send out the excuse forms again because I know that some people don't have them. But just please note that you're going to have to fill out those forms in the future if you're going to be counted as excused for something. And that's just that I personally can't deal with emails in my inbox right now. And for one-on-ones, there are a few open slots left this week. If you would like to chat with me, if you're considering running for secretary next year, please just sign up for one of those or come to my office hours. That's it.
Any questions for Kate? All right, Vivian?
Hi everyone. Really the only thing I have is that President Wendy has her first address as president on Friday morning. I just wanted to put that out there. I know there's been a lot of emails sent out about it, but in case you haven't heard and it's something you're interested in going to, that's happening. And then, like Ali said, the UCC meeting is Thursday. If you have any questions, concerns, there's my contact info. Feel free to text me anytime. And that's all for me.
Any questions for Vivian? All right, we'll move into committee reports, starting with academic. I did it again, Shauna.
Okay. For those who were wondering about senior fifth, we had 3 students who went to the emergency room. I've looked at the numbers for the last 5 years. That is considerably lower, definitely lower. I think 2015, when we started tracking it, was the highest number. I think we had 10 go that year, and it has been down exponentially. Since then, there was a year that we didn't have any. I think that was 2019. So we're a little up, but given all the prep, I promise you 3 is not bad. So woohoo, congratulations. There's 9 more days of class. I have officially counted. Woo! Woo! So nice. During the last week of class, we have the lighting of the quad on Tuesday, late night breakfast on Wednesday, and then there is a Stress Less Fest that's going to be on the 3rd floor of the Vincent building from 12 to 2. So stop by and have a safe and happy break. As you all may remember, I am gone as of Thursday morning, so I'll see you when we get back. And then sophomores who didn't receive their SYE items last week, as Candace has them in mind.
Any questions for Shauna?
Love Feast is happening. I want to say it is after the 3rd, maybe the 5th or something like that, but I will get you the dates.
Any other questions? All right, now committee reports, starting with academic.
All right, hello everyone. So pretty much just like an overview of what we talked about in Adopt this past week. We sent Dean Marsh information on the military science major. That we're waiting on him to get back to us, but we're going to schedule a meeting with him in the near future, hopefully before Thanksgiving break, probably not, but you know, we're free. And we'll get on top of that. As far as the UCC goes, he was just saying that the single session model will likely be coming back in April, so get whatever that. But this is coming back due to a high demand and a high no-show rate, which we weren't aware of the no-show rate, but apparently a lot of kids will make appointments far in advance, and then we'll show up, so counselors will be sitting in their office without students, and that's not good. We don't want that. But when it does come back in April, they're going to make sure to make a point to communicate to students that single session model, like we discussed previously, is something that you can come back to. It's not just a one and done thing. Fall break survey. Ideally, that's going to get to Wednesday at some point. Dean Marsh is taking that to a couple of his meetings and sharing the statistics there. So we're looking to continue this in the spring semester and apply that to spring break if possible. Also, another thing that's not on there that I forgot to add was I sent a message in the social group chat. If any of you, this is probably upperclassmen, have gone to the Dean's List Gala, either 2019 or 2020, and you have a very strong opinion about what should happen at this year's Dean's List Gala, let me know. They're looking for a student rep for this year. So shoot me a text if you're really interested in that, and that would be awesome. Also, enjoy Thanksgiving.
Any questions? All right, campus life.
Hey guys, we're working on getting ROTC students access to the Southern Sports Performance Center, which is just like the gym where the athletes work out, just so they have better equipment and all that good stuff. We have Campus Life Advisory Committee tomorrow and the UCC meeting that we've already talked about on Thursday. And we're working on scheduling issues that are happening with the UCC's rapid access system. And then we're trying to link Deacon One Card to Apple Pay. Hopefully that will happen. And Pilar and Jackson have a meeting to finalize that, so chip charge. And if anyone has mental health weeks, event suggestions, or wants to help us planning stuff that seems like it would impact the student body, please let us know. Cool.
Any questions? All right, thank you. Diversity and inclusion. Nothing to report. Okay, any questions? Awesome. Judge Sherry.
Hello, y'all. Alondra and I, if you notice, Alondra's actually here today. This is her first Senate. Everyone clap. Very exciting. We have a meeting with Allie Clayton and Jim Settle tomorrow to go over the conduct review process that's starting in the spring. So just getting on the same page, prepping for that. Once again, our lovely QR code is back. Everyone, if you haven't scanned it, if you didn't scan it last week, pull out your phone, scan it. We're taking this information to our meeting tomorrow. So legitimately, please, we beg you. That's all.
Any questions? All right, thank you both. Physical planning.
Hey all, everyone's here. She's not, so.
We're still waiting on some more responses on the Old Gold and Diamond feedback survey. Hoping to wrap that up this week. And then we went on our official safety walk last Thursday after our pre-walk on Monday. We just kind of walked and rode through golf carts throughout campus, figured out some safety spots, pointed out some lights that were out. So we have a bunch of things that we brought back to facilities and university police that they're working on, and we're hoping to schedule a follow-up meeting sometime in the next couple of weeks before the end of school.
On that, they have some new blue lights coming out over the next 6+ years across campus. They're really high tech and cool, but hopefully more in that next few weeks. Kevin said we're about 5 servers, not too short of 200, and it's really helpful. Please fill that out instead of emailing and texting me, because I lose it. Packing for break, please remember valuable things. They just to us, passports, valuable items. Don't leave things out in the open. If you need help finishing those things, let me know. And please remember animals, specifically cats. Don't leave your cat if you're supposed to have a cat or not supposed to have a cat. Bring it with you. Pitt's giving us Thursday. It's going to be at North Pitt and regular Pitt. And yeah, please stop asking about event to Old Gold because it will never happen.
Any questions? No event to Old Gold. All right, PR.
Hi everyone, so we're continuing our Senators College kind of freshman senators, so we'll have another one going on Thursday and then continuing next week. We're also doing more engagement stories, which our physical planning is not very happy about our housing designing. So just like fill that out and have things, but also encourage your constituents to also fill them out. We're also working on updating the bulletin board outside the office. Probably won't be completely finished until like next year, but we're really designing it and stuff this semester, and then we'll get it up there next semester probably.
Yeah. And then we're also working on doing like, we have those like This Week in SG Instagram posts. We're working on getting something like that up on the TDs and like freshman residence halls, possibly like the Pitt, Fedston, all those areas you kind of pass through over time. We're going to continue kind of tracking engagement outside of like the big weeks. So like A-Rod Mental Health Week, this engagement won't be as like thorough as what Ethan presented last week. It'll be like basic like what time the post sent you the best like likes, comments, shares, and everything. And then if you couldn't tell by the box that you were there, merch is in. Get excited. If that's not your reaction, then you can leave. I can't threaten merch anymore. But basically, just come see me after. I'll check your name off in a little spreadsheet, and then you can get your merch and be on your way.
Any questions? All right, thank you. Talk.
Hey guys, Amber couldn't be with us today because she's touring Europe to see where she wants to hold her destination wedding, and we're going to drop her off at the airport. So that's where they are. But basically, we had 2 more clubs come in and present to us. It was the Wayward Fashion Club and the Robotics Club. We voted on those, and then we also reached out to the advisors of each of the clubs to make sure that they actually were the advisors and kind of seeing how they're involved in the club.
Any questions? All right, thank you. Any Senate reports? Constituent concerns? Ethan?
Okay, I have a constituent concern on behalf of all my fellow soy boys. So on the Grubhub app, I'm fairly certain that you cannot elect to have like a soy milk or any milk that doesn't contain dairy in like a latte or a coffee. I'm not sure if you all have any information about that planning, but that was a concern on behalf of my fellow soy boys.
Any other constituent concerns? Okay, any announcements? Have a great day.
Come get your merch. Wow! Get excited. No one's gonna come get their merch.